Boy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about this one here tonight in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest news. You almost get a back-to-back here, a back-to-back birthday celebration, although I'm hoping that tonight doesn't end the way last night did for our birthday boys, yesterday birthday boy brother in the foundation, because we knew what time it was. It was time for let's just say Darkfire to return at the expense of Sean Jovi. So we're certainly hoping that the Samoa Dragon, the High Chief's got the door closed and nothing's gonna happen here, nothing to that degree, and yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna make sure El Drago's already gonna make sure the door is locked. Nobody's gonna come in and ruin this celebration. Thank God there is justice after all. But boy, I'm excited about this one here tonight because our guest is a man that means so much to us, and it kind of worked out because I thought I'd have a guest, but then again, he kind of said, "Well, my birthday's today," and I'm like, "Well, we'll go with this. We'll definitely go with this." And we have plenty to talk about here. We have plenty to talk about in the High Chiefs world. We'll talk about the IMF. We'll talk about the King of Palo. I hope that we won't need this. We definitely don't think we'll need that. And we'll certainly celebrate a man. Well, we'll certainly, hopefully not need any of that. But it is time really to just a man that's he was telling me earlier today, I don't know if I've earned this. No, trust me, you've definitely earned it because you've put your blood, sweat, and tears out there. You've given your advice. You've given your time. You've done so much for the fans in Palo. You've done so much for the IMF. You've done so much for so many people that it's about time. And what a way to celebrate your birthday. I don't know if I could top, what the missus has been doing.
I don't think there's any other better way than.
Well, I think the missus, just go with what the missus does. But yeah. I'll come close. I'll come a close second. But it is now time. And I'll give the certificates in a little while. We'll have some fun first. But it is now time to say hello and give that introduction, that birthday-like introduction, in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that our guest and the IMF most certainly helped build here. Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters. That introduction, and boy, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to acknowledge my High Chief. I can't wait to acknowledge my newest Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. And I can't wait in my own way to wish him a very, very happy birthday. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road here in style on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, #1 global sports show, the soon-to-be newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the IMF briefcase holder. You know what time it is. He's definitely always 4 up and 4 down. He's the birthday boy himself, and his name is simply put the High Chief, the Samoan Dragon. Drago!
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, the Samoan Dragon. My friend, how are we doing? And happy birthday.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm doing lovely. I'm doing a little bit better now since that introduction was very gas and very fire. I love it.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get to you, but I'm not going to say who, but I had a wrestler pro wrestler came on here, very well known pro wrestler, not Rhino or Savio Vega, but it kind of ties into one of those names. And I was talking to him. He did a podcast. It was an okay podcast. I don't want to rain on the podcast, and it was okay. It had its moments, but I'm talking to him. I've known him a while, and I said, I'm listening to this podcast, and I gave my expertise. He said, he goes, Tom, it wasn't like coming on Sportswire. He was like, when I was here, I was ready to run through a wall. And he's like, I can't wait till the next one. I'm like, well, why didn't you just come back here this past week instead of doing that one? And then he just said, well, but that's how it goes here. But it is good to be with you. Happy birthday. And first of all, how has been the birthday so far?
It's been pretty good. I've had fun. It's definitely been an eye opener of a good day.
Oh, good.
Nothing bad. So
to quote Ice Cube, it was a good day so far, right?
Yeah. Today was a good day.
Well, that's good. We'll definitely give you a few things here in a few minutes. I know a lot of people in the chat have been waiting for this one here, so maybe we'll do some current events here first, because we've got a King of Palo coming up here. I always like to at least give it some thought about what's going on here. And I know all of you are going to be back here very soon, but for those that are listening and watching here, the Samoan Dragon, our High Chief, for those here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you and the IMF and the foundation most certainly helped build, what can we expect from you coming up here in now 16 days, King of Palo?
I know it's going to be a hell of a show. I know that.
Yeah, well, that's an obvious one. I'm donating 2 tickets. I think it's going to be pretty good.
An eliminator match for the King of Palo is like top notch. Everybody from IMF who's good, great, or good at what they do at their job will be involved in that match. So I'm looking forward to it. My mindset doesn't change. As Jovi said the other day, we're all brothers, whether in or out of the roster, especially foundation for down. You know what it is. My mindset is I could, build an alliance with my foundation brothers, carry each other until it's the final of us, and then best man wins, or go in their head swinging like a Samoan and not give next man for himself.
All right, but I mean, Jovi, you mentioned that he spoke a lot about it. So is it the same like with Jovi, where long as the foundation wins it, long as the foundation wins King of Palo, you're good, or it's got to be you win it, or it's a dud?
I'll say this: I whether who wins, as long as I can eventually get my way to Uso Omen and convince him that the ways he's going down are a little too dark, and the people in his ear are just howling too loud for him to actually say some truth, then I'll be okay as long as X amount of wolves don't win. So,
well, will it be awkward? I asked Jovi this, and it came up. You, Soldier, obviously Jovi, yourself. I mean, if any of you are in this, come up. Mephisto, I guess Mephisto's in the foundation. I think he's in the foundation. I mean, I'm not going to ask you.
Mephisto.
I think he's in the foundation. I'm certainly not going to say Justin Parsley's quite in the foundation, but let's say it's you, Soldier, Jovi, and Mephisto. Any 4 of you are in the King of Palo. You guys go and compete with each other. Is it going to be just business? We're still brothers, or what?
I would like to think so. As I said before, when I first came to IMF, never turn your back on a Samoan. So if they're smart, we're all brothers. As far as I know. So as far as I know, I still respect the rule of the foundation, and as long as they do. So I mean, my feelings won't change if a brother of mine is looking out for his best interest at the time, I guess, in the match.
At the time.
But if it's done a petty or dirty way, then that's when a grudge or so would come along.
But you can count on Jovi. You can count on Soldier. And
in my soul, I can count on Soldier and Jovi, yeah.
And Mephisto, you think you can count on?
I can trust Mephisto. I can count on. I'm pretty sure he can count, and I can count on him.
And
But yeah,
speaking of Brother Omen, I guess you consider him a brother still, and he's still defending that IMF World Championship against Mephisto. And so you would rather see Mephisto back with the IMF World title then?
I think I think he should get a proper title reclause if that's what he's shooting for. If he's getting thrown in a triple threat, then more power to him.
With JX, who I'm still wondering, is he going to really show up this time?
You know,
No
I'm a
comment.
shower, so I don't know. But and I'm a doer, so but no, I mean that's really up between them. The best man, may the best man win. Would I like Mephisto to get back to the world title and bring it back to the foundation? Oh yeah, Uso. But I would like to also like let it be known, Uso, me, I've been climbing up the ladder. Maybe I ain't got to cash in. Maybe I can go after maybe I'm shooting up. Maybe after this event, let's say worst comes to push and Mephisto gets shoved and Omen comes over. Who's to say in a month or two I don't challenge Omen?
Well, I mean, what would it mean to you? You got the briefcase, and that certainly came out on Saturday's show, which we're not going to
Which I would
regurgitate.
like to mention, Uso Tom,
Yes,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I've
absolutely.
only had this for about 3.5 months. So everybody like still saying you've had it too long. How long did Freddie Daniels have this?
Oh, 365 days.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then get back to me in
It's funny you
October.
said that. Now, it's funny you said that because my first spot today was with James Barris of CCW, and we kind of talked about almost the same thing where we had A to the D-O-double-G, the A-Dog, who basically had their version of the briefcase, and he didn't wait until the night was over. He used it to cash
Right.
in for a tag team championship. So people, they have, I guess, their own ways of doing things with it. You've only got it 3.5 months. Freddie, we just spoke about, he had to wait literally till
let's look at the greats like Edge, CM Punk. I mean, these guys waited until the perfect opportunity. I mean, maybe
Rob Van Dam when he had it waited. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what a Samoan's doing. I mean, as far as I know, I don't think a Samoan's ever won the Money in the Bank at WWE.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah. I mean, Roman obviously didn't need to.
So
The
as far as I
Usos
know,
didn't need
I'm
to.
putting
Yeah.
a good example out for one of the first Samoans around, at least the underground, to win a briefcase and hold on to it. Make a smart decision.
Well, you know what? Interesting thing you just said there. That's why you're the High Chief, and that's why we're celebrating you today. What would that mean to you to be the first Samoan to be that briefcase holder and cash in and win?
I've never thought about it. Honestly,
Well,
that would be an honor to. I mean, if
Mhm.
I did speak that into existence and that's a factual thing now, then oh my God, that's all I gotta say.
That's pretty
I
cool
would
though to
like
be
to think
like, you know what? That's a pretty
WWE
cool to
somebody.
be a first of something. I mean, that's
Yeah, yeah.
a first. It's always like, hey, I'm a first, and I mean, we've spoke about the last time you were here. Well, not Saturday, but the last time you were formally here about the Samoan history and being a part of that, and to be, let's say, somebody is the first to win a briefcase, and then to go on and cash in and win whatever you win. But what about the fact that you could win the King of Palo and be the briefcase holder and the King of Palo? What does that mean to you?
That would be an honor. Honestly, this goes deep down to when I was a little kid. I mean, my grandpa always told me that deep down inside, I was always a king at heart. So, to me, that would be symbolical to win King of Palo and be High Chief and be Glory Briefcase holder of 2024.
Wow, I mean that's a lot there. It's almost as if you gotta have gold with
It's
that.
almost like too much to fathom.
I mean, really. I mean, maybe you're gonna have to figure out what do you want to be called first. I mean, what do you want to be known as first?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Maybe I would have to be worldwide chief now instead of high chief.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Steele mentions, oh well, you haven't done anything with it, and then others have said, well, you're not gonna have to cash in, but you've only had it a few months. But then coming up here 2 weeks from Saturday, you could be the guy that wins the whole King of Palo, and have that, and then hold the briefcase, and then it's almost like that's rarefied air. It's almost like being King of the Ring and winning Money in the Bank at the same time. Like,
I
think
mean,
about that from that vantage point.
I don't know everything about IMF history, but I do
Mhm.
think sometimes about what can be done that hasn't already been done. And let's just say if I was to win King of Palo and I was crowned king and get a shot at the world heavyweight title, I believe. Let's say on the same night, somewhere on certain events, I was to win two titles in the same night. Who's to say that wouldn't have
Well,
maybe?
Chris Jericho did that. He
Yeah,
won both.
undisputed.
He won the WCW and the WWF World Titles at the same time, and beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The
Tough
Rock in the
drop.
same night. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's going to be your destiny. Maybe that's you
I mean,
know.
it's only a Simone's wish right now. So
Wow, but big times here coming up for you. Big matches ahead, and I mean, how are things in the foundation right now? I asked how Jovi felt about it. I mean, how do you think things are going right now these last couple weeks?
things are a little weird. We got a new
a
face
little,
in there.
a little weird. I mean, let me.
Yeah, it's a lot weirder. So I kind of came
I
into the
think I had you
holiday.
on right before New Year's Vengeance. So, I mean, New Year's Vengeance, you guys, obviously came up short there. And, but Felix Jones, who I think you guys really don't care much for to begin with, was the person that fell victim to Omen, who you
I
call his
got
brother.
love for Uso Felix. I
Well,
mean,
you've got history.
honestly,
You've beat
I
him in the
I
ring.
don't
You
know if it's
wrestled
his
him.
ego or his hair that's in his way of seeing.
I don't want to go there with him and his hair. I know you've beaten him in the ring. You've wrestled him a bit, but, obviously there's something going on there.
Yeah, yeah. There's something going on with either his mentality or vision, something.
But I mean, but everything you guys feel like that you're united as a group and you feel the way things are that you guys can get back on track and kind of just lead to where you guys need to ultimately be, which is maybe starting here at the King of Palo coming up here in 2 weeks from Saturday. Jovi was very optimistic until what happened to him. I mean, obviously Soldier's always around. Mephisto was here in the chat. I mean, so you feel like that this is going to be the start where the foundation regroups to be maybe even bigger than when you guys were before?
I would like to think so. Maybe I can help be a part of that, making it bigger than where it's been at in the past, or at least before I came. I would like
Right.
to contribute to that. But I mean, with all things, I mean, sand still stays on the beach when the water's wet because the water stays wet. Everyone knows that. And the sand's gonna get wet, but when the sun comes out and it dries, it's time to dry until
Well,
the water comes back.
you didn't quite quote a Boys to Men song. The water runs dry. You say
Yeah,
with the water
yeah.
stays wet.
I think
See,
you see where I was getting at that. But
I was kind of waiting for
yeah,
that
yeah.
actually,
But
but
my whole point is I know where I stand. Like I said, and I didn't mean this to offend or step on toes.
right.
The chief always knows his path, whether it's with the foundation or it's not. Would I like to stay? Would I like the foundation to stay together and stay strong? Yeah. Do I think that there's people trying to break up the foundation and manipulate the system and take over? Yeah, I think that Uso.
But do you think that right now you guys are united? Because, this was a topic for a while. Steele, when he came in here months ago, talked about the foundation, cracks in it. Parsley, for months, all he kept talking about was the manipulation, the lies of the foundation. Then within the group, Omen had his allegations of nepotism. But, I mean, do you
All I
feel
know
like
is, as with everyone saying everything that they're saying, is every building, every structure has a foundation that lies underneath the surface. Okay.
Mhm.
And every foundation at times needs refurbishing or reconstruction. Now, cracks can happen, or maybe they need to redo all of it, reconfine the whole foundation. But usually the structure will stay, or they'll do parts of it. Now, I think that's what we're going through is we're going through a reconstruction of the foundation. Now,
Mm.
whether it stays strong and we rebuild off of it, that's up to all of us, not just one of us. But if we constantly got a construction team knocking down everything new we build, we might as well rebuild a whole new foundation. So,
Well, it seems like right now you guys have kind of regrouped in a way because Omen's not in the group, but I think Mephisto's in the group. I mean, Soldier's still here front and center, and And I'm going to talk about Soldier in a second because I want to get your thoughts on something. I know there's a lot of people here in the chat. We're going to obviously give you a couple of things. I got some gifts, don't you worry. But I got to give somebody a plug because I was talking to them and they've been a big fan of mine. If I don't do it, especially considering the amount of followers that they have, I will certainly be in a lot of doo-doo. We don't want that. And that is a man here, Mr. Jagger Lane here, or Mr. Jagger Lane. And he's got a huge Instagram account. In fact, I connected with him through our very good friend on Sportswire Radio, Mr. Stud Bronson himself, World War Stud Bronson, who just defeated Savio Vega, by the way, no small feat. And he's got an Instagram page with 52,900 plus followers. He's been trained by WWE and WCW wrestler and Gator Wolf, and he's done a lot of different things here. And there he is, and he's pretty much meets the who's who of people. And he's a big fan of Sportswire. I keep telling him he should come on one day, but maybe he just wants to watch the shows because he's a lot bigger than us, 53,000 followers. And there he was with Mr. Savio Vega. And yeah, a living legend that we had a chance to have on this platform. And he got a chance to meet him in the flesh and wound. And we had him here on this platform. And he's in our Hall of Fame. And I got to give him a big shout out here because he's obviously done a lot. He's done a lot in the circuit, Mr. Lane, and he told me he's listens to all my shows. Listens to all the. He even listens to the ones where maybe you don't listen or anybody was actually here for it. But he's done a lot in his career, and he's got a great page with nearly 53,000 followers on Instagram. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll get him on the platform. But every day, El Drago, he's at the gym working out. He starts his day with Sportswire. So
that's good.
Can't ask anything.
Sounds like me.
well, you're here right now, though. So technically, you won't be starting the day
right now. Yeah, but yeah, I usually. I like my cousin. My cousin talks to me every now and then. He's like,
yes, I've seen your cousin in the chat. Yep.
Yeah. He's like, Uso Tom be like he be going live all the time. And I'd be like,
well, this week it's been like, I'll be honest, I shouldn't say it, but I took a nap for an hour. It was like I had James on
some type of wrestle. So
well, today was like, you know what, my mother was like, I've missed on some of the shows, so I don't know if she's gonna catch what I'm about to say, but she came in the house early. I took a nap, never woke up again. And then I went, James Barris was on, and it was like, oops, I took a nap. And then I'm like, let me do my video. I got to get Drago on here. So, yeah, this was one of those days where I was just really ready to be down for the count. But we'll leave that at that. But we're good with that. I want to ask you, though, about something else, and that involves Soldier GP against a man you know very well, because I guess you would say he is a foundation member. I mean, officially he is. We haven't really seen him, though, in anywhere in wrestling. We haven't seen him in Palo either. That, of course, I'm talking about the real raw entity, D'Angelo, from a man you know very well from Summer Bash. And I'm excited about what's coming up here because we're going to see Soldier GP take on D'Angelo LaFlame. The All Wrestling Matters World Underground Champ. It's kind of a dream match here, and it's a really big match, and it's something that I didn't necessarily think would happen. And I guess you could say it's involving two foundation members, and D'Angelo returns to the ring, and he hasn't been in the ring in a while. He hasn't defended this championship. Actually, the last time he defended it, Il Drago, was in New York, my home state, but upstate. He defended it against Mickey Vargas, who just wrestled in Texas, and a heck of a match at Shocky's house party. Shout out to the guys in home. But D'Angelo's back. D'Angelo's back here, and he's coming to Palo for the first time, and we're going to see Soldier and D'Angelo here for the first time. And as a foundation member, what do you think about what's at stake here?
I think, well, first I'd like to say I'm glad he's back to wrestling, and he healed to the best capability he is, or
yes.
I hope he's 100%. He's a great athlete. I've seen him work at Summer Bash.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him a lot there in Ohio. There's a lot of similarities we have from what
I could see that. Yep, I could see that.
I would like to say I would like to see the best man win. Whether it's Soldier, whether it's D'Angelo, they're both good talents. They both have a different style than what they both bring to the table to each other. So it would be nice to see the Monster Soldier GP go against D'Angelo LaFlame. So
it's a dream match. It's a dream match, and especially with you think about the All Wrestling Matters movement, and D'Angelo was considered last year to be the guy that traveled the most. He went to several different states. He was here in the Northeast, certainly for the riot in the ring, and
Yeah.
he was at Shocky's house party, certainly Summer Bash. I mean, he really racked up a lot of freaking flyer miles. And if it wasn't for a few injuries, we probably would have saw him in at least one or two different places, and including the IMF and
Oh yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah.
You know,
I
his
feel like
Soldier's traveled
if we
everywhere
had
these
those
last few
injuries, we
years.
definitely would have seen him at maybe like 3, 4 more different federations or
Yep.
companies doing his job.
Yep, absolutely. He was announced for the
Which I like
IMF.
to say, these other companies, y'all at the shy, ain't nobody hit my bookings. I'm just saying, if I got to go hit up Texas and Florida, I do that.
Well, I got, you know, it's funny you said that. I
waiting.
got, but you know, it's funny you said that because I had a question for you still that involves sort of another promotion that some of your foundation brethren are going to be a part of. So hang on to that in a second. But I did want to say that I'm excited about this match again because, you know, you think about D'Angelo and his traveling. Soldier the last few years, he's traveled to so many places. And, you know, with all of what you guys have done, Soldier being such an institution to what Summer Bash has been the last few years and everything that IMF has been a part of. And I think it's kind of poetic. And this is really the match. I know that Soldier wrestled Jack Delta, and there's a lot of, you know, people that would have liked to have seen the match have a different outcome for different reasons. But this is the match between LaFlame and Soldier, I really think is going to deliver. It's going to be one of the best matches of 2025, and it's going to take place at the RCW Winter Wasteland. And you got the picture right there. And Jovi, I hope he's okay right now. I mean, I hope Jovi's, you know, recovered and he's out of the hospital right now.
Is Jovi awake right now? Like, is he still, like, did we check on him?
He hasn't. You know, it's funny you said that. I haven't heard a peep from Jovi since last night.
I mean, I haven't been in the chat lately, like on the roster, but like,
nothing.
I haven't heard from Jovi today.
No, you know, nothing. I can tell you, not a word from him after we went off the air. It was like, boop. The whole day goes by.
And
nothing.
I like to say that, just like side note, sorry, Uso Tom. Like,
yes, sir.
I know Darkfire. I know Darkfire. Okay, like what he did last night, that was beyond me. I don't know who the hell that was. Okay,
that was, I mean, that was, you know, on his birthday, you know, it's Sean Jovi's birthday nonetheless, you know,
like Omen talked to him or something. Like,
wait, you saying that maybe Omen Black talked to Darkfire? You think that maybe Omen?
I mean, maybe, I don't know, but the look he had in his face looked like how them wolves be looking. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting, but to do that on somebody's birthday, you know.
Now that's cruel. That's all I'm going. Try me, right?
That's it's almost, you know what? I hate to say, it's like a drive-by almost. Somebody just, and Sean Jovi of all people.
On his birthday, like, how do you catch a man lacking on the day he was born? Also, that's cold-hearted.
You know, if some people would have said if it happened to Anthony Steele, people would have said, all right, you know, but Sean Jovi,
the views would have jumped up if it happened.
Stop! Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't do that. But you know, I mean, yeah, that was just, it was to quote Paula Abdul. Yeah, I'm really going in the time machine here. Yeah. It was cold-hearted. It was really cold-hearted what Darkfire did. I mean, it was really.
I mean, I thought they were like brothers. Like, that's what I thought.
You know what? I've known those guys. You know, Sean Jovi was the first backyard wrestler I had on here 2.5 years ago. Darkfire was like right behind, and they've always been peas in a pod. They've been friends for like 19 years, and I guess not anymore.
I show up to the venue, and like I said, I usually show up early or try to show up earlier than the show starts. Like when they were there, like, or at least when Darkfire would be there, he was always with Jovi, like always, and we would talk. But it's like his own birthday, like, damn, that hurt.
Oh no, well, it obviously hurt Sean Jovi. I mean, nobody's heard from him since. It
hurt me to watch.
I wonder if Gary, you think Gary,
or not? Like,
do you think Gary's heard from Jovi at all? Do you think that?
I would like to think so. I know Gary would probably make it
his best business
to check on him. Yeah.
Maybe Gary's right now at the hospital visiting Jovi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe that's what Gary is doing. Maybe he's checking on Jovi.
What about, you know, Dirty's in the chat? I mean, I saw Dirty come in, and maybe Dirty has an update on. You know what time it is? I mean, maybe Dirty can give us a health report.
Maybe give us an update, Dirty. Uso Donnie. I mean,
But you know what? I think it's a good time to give you the first of two things. I'm going to do that here first because I think it's time. It's your birthday. We can certainly come back to some other things. The chat's here. We have some people in the chat. We'll talk to them. But, I know Jovi got something, and I know you were here today. And I thought, you know what? It'd be a great way to make now February 6th now permanently acknowledged as Il Drago Day on all Sportswire radio platforms. My John Hancock, you
wow.
got my signature there, the date, the logo. I
I'm
mean,
gonna need you to send it to me.
I'll
I'll
send it to you. You guys give me
put
your
it on the
email.
wall.
But you got to give me your email when we're off the air.
Yeah, I got you.
And we'll give it to you. I mean, I got something else for you. A little while. It's your birthday, but
Right.
I thought it's I can't discriminate because if one foundation member got this, I got to give it to another.
You know what it is.
Because Gary's watching this, and Gary would say, you know what, Tom, you're fired. No more
Yeah,
IMF
right,
coverage.
right. Yeah,
If I don't give you something, Gary's gonna say, Tom, you're fired. No more IMF coverage. And there goes Sportswire. Boop.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm kidding. We're kidding. It's a joke. I don't think Gary's gonna fire us here, but I'm sure that
I heavily appreciate, heavenly, I heavily appreciate this. This means a lot to me.
I still got something for you, though. We're gonna get to the chat here in a minute, but I thought, why not do it? Jovi got it, and we do have an affinity for you. Are a high chief, and on all the platforms, it'll be Il Drago Day, and thank you for all you do for our sport, and I say hello to my friends in BTW here at Comatose. We'll get to everybody here in a minute. I know everybody wants to talk, but you talked about traveling, and it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that because you said, why haven't promotions hit me up? And I got one that comes to mind that was a big topic on Saturday's show, and you came into the chat. I think you know where I'm going with this, but there's this Riot in the Ring 2 coming up. It's got I lost count on how many wrestlers there. Yeah. Ox is going there, and Soldier's going there, and even Omen's going there. So, boy, I mean, I don't think Soldier, Omen, and Ox are traveling together. But I was wondering, I'll put the poster up for that because I spoke to Jakey Boy before we came on the air. He said, all right, he gave me permission for this. So another company, I want to make sure that they don't fire me either from Sportswire. But I was wondering, so why not Massachusetts coming up here in June? I mean, Steele got it dished out by Jakey himself, but what about that place? It sounds like they're taking invitations. I mean, when I put the poster up, what about the Riot in the Ring coming up here?
I'll tell you this. I'll let this be known right now. This is a PSA for all wrestlers. If you got a booking, if you got an opening, and you want a Samoan Dragon, you want somebody to do it like a real Samoan, contact me. Contact the boys in IMF or contact Tom. He'll get a hold of me. If it doesn't interfere or intervene with any other bookings or openings, I'll shoot that way. And if you pay, most of the time. But hey, I know some of these promotions it gets hard and tough, so we can work and talk things out if things are pushed to shove. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy.
Foundation brother there, Soldier. He's announced going. Ox is there. I mean, I would have to think that El Drago, the Samoan Dragon, the High Chief.
I'll say that if they want me, I'm open. I'm open to it. I'll say that.
Well, I know Jake. I think I know Justin and Jake and all the competitors in NEW. Yeah. They want people to be there. They want to see new talents wrestle. They're NEW. Get it? New underground wrestling. So, I mean, I was wondering, since you saw that Soldier, Omen, and Ox were announced for this, that maybe you would potentially be interested in going, or maybe I'm missing something.
If I gotta send a booking listing or something, or references, or they gotta ask me.
Yeah, I don't think you need references. I think that Justin and his friends in NEW, they come on Sportswire enough. They know what's up.
If they got tides open to their section, then
I mean, I never. You know what? Jake was here on Saturday, and it seemed like he mentioned Steele, he mentions Justin Parsley in a way, but didn't bash Il Drago. There was no any issues with Il Drago. So as far as, at least I would imagine, there's definitely an open door for Il Drago, especially
definitely. If I can say this right now.
Yes.
Ain't to change the subject or anything.
Sure.
I would feel more freely, and I would feel, I guess, in a way, I would love if they were open to come up there and wrestle, or at least for an event, or with my foundation brother, or to support him. Doesn't really matter. Um, I've also been in contacts, which I still can't say too much,
Don't say it here too much. Whatever you
but
do,
I
don't
will
say it.
say, if it goes how I think it will go, I might have two matches with somebody, one in Iowa and one in Texas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Whatever you do, don't say who it is.
Oh,
Don't say when,
I
because
can't.
you know what'll happen. You know what time it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They'll come
No,
knocking on my door like Three's a Company. Who's a knocking on the
I,
door?
I don't need to spike myself. Okay, like,
Well, I mean, in the meantime, if you want to find out who else is in the riot in the ring, you can actually
yeah,
do
yeah.
that
Why
here.
not?
And
Let's see.
well, actually, we
I'm
have.
open. You know, I support wrestling. I'm
Well,
always
you
open.
know what's
I
funny?
love
All
the
right,
fact.
I'm gonna break. I know we got to give you something still, but Obey is the guy who famously came on Sportswire with a gun on air.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
really
Oh.
well-known deathmatch wrestler. I think he would be an excellent opponent for Omen, by the way. But what do I
Open
know?
your eyes.
Well, there's Jake. Of course, Jake was here, and there's there obviously. I don't want to ask you too much
Which I
about your
am
brother.
gonna say too. I am the high chief, and I know people. I am entangled with emotion and traditional and classic wrestling. But I will say, pretty soon, and maybe even starting this year, I am going to start diving back into the hardcore. I realize, as I've been at IMF, that I kind of left some hardcore credentials and experience in the past. So I'm gonna re bring that back. And if I have to pull some weight around with it, maybe talk to Donnie or the headquarters of IMF, like, hey, let's get the Samoan in a hardcore match eventually, then I might have to do that. But eventually,
Oh, I was
I
gonna
can
say
start with
because
the
Ox
hardcore.
is in the
A
chat.
little more hardcore.
Are you wanting a match with Ox? I mean, because he's in the chat. I mean, but
I mean, I don't wait. I mean, eventually, I would love a match with Ox. And that's crazy. You said something, because now that I think about it, me and Ox have never ever had a one-on-one.
and Jovi wrestled him twice last year.
Joe V, where you at?
You know what? Well, we know where he's at. He's in the
He's
hospital,
hurt.
obviously.
He's hurt. But no, I would
He's
like to
not
say this.
here.
I've never had a one-on-one match with Ox, but I will say this: there's always a time, maybe every other event or something, it seems like,
Right.
where we run into each other. So maybe that's.
Well, you guys have crossed paths in so many different ways. Whether it was the Sinners, now the House of Wolves. I mean, you were with Ace Diamond. I mean,
All
so
Out Warfare.
yeah. I mean, you guys have kind of been in some ways intertwined the last, I don't know, 9-10 months. Kind of makes sense. Dirty did want to say that, chat with him off the air, and I'm sure he'll talk to you about it. Dirty will chat with you off the air. So yeah. All right,
Okay.
let's get to some people in the chat. It's your birthday. They want to wish you a happy birthday. Let's do it now. He was first, not Zilla. 4 up, 4 down. You know what it is. There you go. There he is, Mr. 100 himself, and definitely a busy man, Dirty, these days. And by the way, let me give a plug to the IMF. I got to go. Let's plug the YouTube channel. If I don't do that, then we're really not promoting business. And let me go do it right here.
At it too. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if it's on the YouTube channel, but plug the IMF Wrestling Shop. I mean, we have a website for t-shirts and merch.
You know what? If Dirty puts it, if somebody puts it in the chat, I'll put the link.
Donnie, if you're still watching,
Dirty's here. If you link it in the chat, I'll put it up, and then actually, when we go off the air, thank you for reminding me. I'll buy an IMF shirt so I can wear it for February 20th. So do that for me. Give me the link, and I'll put the link up whenever Dirty gets a chance. So in the meantime, I'm going to put your YouTube link up as well. So do that. I'll handle that. So thank you for that. That's the IMF YouTube page, and we'll get to some more comments. I see Omen. It is his show. I'll give him a comment in a minute, but let me run through everybody one by one. I'll do that in a second. Let me. Actually, I got one. You know what? Let me get one here for of my buddy, the Heartless Sheriff, Mr. Colton Lee. Are you getting the Bloodline edition of WWE 2K25?
Outside of wrestling,
yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, I just had this conversation the other night with people. So I got back into WWE games around 2K20 because I don't get
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Ever since then, I've been buying the most premium edition. I already wasn't gonna buy it. I was just gonna buy the regular version, but then I seen that Bloodline version of it, and I was like, yeah, I got to. They got Roman on the cover with the whole Bloodline. I got to. Like,
All right, this chat's gonna be like, I can't believe he just said that. But I would say the last legit WWE video game I played for like more than 5 minutes, WWF No Mercy.
no mercy. You want to see one of the first games I ever played ever?
Yeah, I do actually. I have Warzone. Yeah,
Yeah,
when we were as a little kid in Brooklyn, I remember
yeah.
we went to buy it. I had the cheat guide book for Warzone. We had
Oh my God.
the cheat guide book.
Oh.
I had Warzone. I had WCW NWO Revenge. I had WWF In Your House. I
And for the
had
Z and X and Alpha kids who don't know, we're talking about the original Warzone, not Call of
yeah.
Duty.
No, that's yeah. I had that. I had WCW NWO World Tour.
That
Then
was
I
World
had that the World Tour. Although I think Revenge was my most favorite game I
War.
played.
Yeah.
WCW
My
NWO
brother
Revenge.
was always playing. He was.
WrestleMania 2000. I had that. That I played. I played Attitude. That was on Dreamcast. But after No Mercy, I
WWF
had SmackDown.
Raw. I like that. That was decent.
I had the first. I did play SmackDown. I think I played SmackDown. Then maybe I did play one more game after No
What
Mercy. Like
about
maybe,
what about Shut Your Mouth?
I think I might have played that, and then but really like after that, I just got wrapped up into
got
too
out
many
of it.
things. I actually just played more Madden. I just when I gamed, like I'm on Sportswire every day now. I don't really game, but it was Madden. I played NBA 2K, Halo, but I fell out of wrestling games. But actually, a couple of people want to talk about that.
We're gonna get Tom back in. No.
Well, you know what? Break the fourth wall. Big man Cam is always saying, "When you should join? Yeah, we'll game. We'll make a gaming chat." And I'm like, I'm here right now. But yeah, Comatose said he didn't think he was live. Yeah, No Mercy was and came out in the year 2000. It was the year 2000. No Mercy. That was like, yeah, that was like 10. That was my last one.
I think I was three.
Well, I played it. I remember playing it and everything. And yeah, No Mercy was that was my era. That was No Mercy.
I remember the first Call of Duty I played was the Big Red.
Okay.
So that was because my mom's fiance at the time was a real like gamer freak, like on the PC. So that's why he let us play.
Well, you know what game I used to hate when I was growing up? It was a kid. He was older than me. He was like 3 or 4 years older than me. He would play Doom on PC.
Doom. I was just talking about that yesterday. Me and my brother was like, we were talking about games. He's like, "What game was?" I was like, "Doom." He was like, "No, the other one." I was like, "Duke Nukem." He was like, "Yeah."
Oh yes, I remember Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
it was this kid. He was this big, tall kid, Ronnie Riccara. And I used to always want to play. He was this big dude, but he was like, he didn't want to come out because he was playing Doom. He always played Doom, and I was like, all right, that was
Doom and Duke Nukem were like my heavy, like I guess at the time to me, a kid like me, that was the old game styles.
Yeah,
playing that I guess kids nowadays would consider old.
Oh yeah,
at the time it was still like no one thought about games like
I
that.
mean, I played, some of the other games I see people. We'll go to the game comments first. I played Halo. I was big into Halo. I did.
My cousin, he would love you for saying that.
I did Halo. I know he's been in the chat. I actually, when I was in going into high school, I played Halo 2. I was big on Xbox Live. We did a bunch of us, about 8 of us would come over my friend's house. We'd play that. I played Super Smash Brothers. I played NBA Showtime. If you had a Nintendo 64, it was like 2000, 2001. I played that. That was kind of like the modern version of NBA Jam. I was played that. What else did I play? I played NFL Blitz. That was another one.
NFL Blitz was God.
NFL Blitz was basically the version of NBA Jam. That was another game I played. I played Left 4 Dead, which was a little bit more modern. Left 4 Dead
was one of my favorite games. The Witches and the Blobbers.
Yeah, I remember that game. I didn't play it, but I remembered it. But I was big into like Left 4 Dead 2. That game I played religiously. And Comatose is he's funny here. He said he's a colorful 22. Well, you're 22. I mean, look, your age,
Ain't
but
wrong with being a youngin. So
Zilla said, what do you think of the intergender matches returning to WWE 2K25?
Honestly, I've ever since a kid, I've never really sweated it. Yeah, it's fun to play. Let's just hope they don't mess up the technicalities of the rules and how they do it in WWE because it is a WWE game, so they might as well stick with the same rules and all that other stuff. But yeah,
Well,
I'm cool with it. So
Well, and before I break the game talk, Il Drago's on YouTube. Give him a sub. Well, I'll come back to your game talk, but go give him a sub on YouTube. Let's get those YouTube subs up. We're at 19. Somebody give him 20. It's his birthday. Get him to Comatose is 22. Somebody here in the chat sub to Il Drago, so we'll get him to 22 subs. So yeah, do that.
Sportzwire, I love you.
But yeah, I mean WWE Crash Hour. When was Crash Hour? I don't remember Crash Hour. Can somebody when did that come out?
That sounds very familiar. I feel like that was another 64 game, but I could be wrong.
That was 64. I don't remember WWE Crash Hour for Nintendo 64. That was Nintendo 64.
I don't know. Crash
was
Hour
that GameCube,
like
maybe?
A familiar title. Like I don't know why, but I do feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I don't. That game I don't remember. I tell you what, I do remember playing. I'm gonna sound old. WrestleMania, the arcade game.
That I was gonna say I played that downtown Galesburg with my dad when I was little.
I played WrestleMania. I played Royal Rumble. Anybody remember Royal Rumble? It was like
I never played it, but I could actually buy it right now if I wanted to at the game shop. They got it.
Well, you want to laugh? I was in Best Buy last week in Manhattan, and they had the arcade version of NBA Jam. You could actually buy the arcade,
arcade set.
Yeah, their whole thing. You could buy it. Yeah, they sell it. You could just buy it.
Did it look like the original?
You know what? It looked like I was like, if I could have carried it home, I would have bought it. It was like,
I mean, not breaking kayfabe and breaking the fourth wall, but I'm a collector, so like.
I have to say, probably the greatest game I ever played was NBA Jam. It was the game I loved the most. Every game I played, again, I'm not a big gamer. So, like, I know people are like, boy, Tom, you're old. Now, I'm not really old. My era of golden gaming was like probably like for 4 years. I'm not a gamer, but to me, the game that was the greatest game I probably ever played was NBA Jam. NBA Jam. That was the greatest.
I feel you on that one.
That was my jam. Yeah. And Darkron said he's feeling old. Well, James Taylor's not here, so the audience age is still not as old. Well, somebody said 20 here. I'm watching YouTubers play 2K25 earlier. Crash Hour was placed. Oh, it's PlayStation 2. Oh, WWE's version of Twisted Metal. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had a Twisted Metal version.
That's what I was gonna say. I said 64. I was gonna say I felt like it was a racing wrestling game or some shit like that. Or yeah, that's probably why I didn't remember it like that. I probably played it once or twice.
March 8th, you know what? March 18th, 2003. See, 2003, at that point, I wasn't playing WWE games. I was ready. I was going to Halo. That's where I moved to Halo, Super Smash, Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart. That I played. I was out of wrestling games at that point. I'm going into like high school by then.
That time, Def Jam and I think Def Jam came out around that time, or maybe
I think so. 05. Oh, you know what? I forgot I played Grand Theft Auto. That was the other games I played. Grand Theft Auto. That was so like wrestling games for me, like
Grand Theft Auto 3 and
Vice
City.
Yeah,
those were good ones.
I would sit with my friend in his basement. We play Grand Theft Auto, and I don't know why. NFL Blitz was an awesome game. NFL Blitz was like I loved NFL Blitz, which was PlayStation.
They should remaster it or something like they should remake it or remaster it.
But Madden's Madden. You can't, it's Madden. I mean,
they'll probably get to doing. There's a whole bunch of players that probably
they remade NBA Jam though. They did make it for. I have the Xbox version. They did that. Def Jam Fight for New York. Yeah, I do remember that. Def Jam Fight for New York.
I remember that game because I asked my mom for it all year, and that Christmas that year it came out, she was like, "Oh, I'm not getting you shit. I'm not getting you nothing." And literally the last gift I opened was Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh shit!
And I remember, yeah, and that's literally what I said was, "Oh shit!" I was like,
That was what I
he
would
was
have
like,
said.
"Yeah, now go play it," and I played it like all year.
That's why I didn't ask for games growing up, because my mother would have been like, "I'm not spending $50 on a game. You got to
Yeah,
better
I
play
mean
it."
that's how my mom was. She would like make you ask. Like she knew, like, "Oh, I want this
Yeah.
game. I want this game," and she like, okay, like months later, he's still bitching about this one game. Like he's getting that one game for Christmas. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's why I couldn't do it. What was it? What did he? Oh, WrestleMania the arcade. Yeah, WrestleMania was for Super Nintendo. I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation as well, because there was a version that
uh
was. Yeah, I think it was.
I was gonna say I think I played it on PlayStation.
Yeah, because that had
And
like Lex Luger. It was Bret Hart, I think, was in it. The Undertaker. It was like only like 8 guys, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can quote me on. I know Comatose is going to tell me what
yeah, I
game
think
he played,
Shawn,
but
Brett, Taker. There wasn't that many.
I think Razor Ramon was in it.
Doink,
Was
I want to say Doink, but I
Doink
could
was
be
it?
wrong.
Yes, Doink. I'm looking at it here now. It came. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember it 95. So I played it not in 95, but I remember it like the late
That's a few
90s.
years before I was born. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you who's in it from Wikipedia. It was right here. I can't see it. Now I can see it. It was yeah, Doink was in it. I got Shawn Michaels, Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, God rest his soul, Lex Luger, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels, who's in like every game there is. Yeah, those are the people. And yeah, Diesel wasn't in it, unless maybe the Super Nintendo version is different. Who played Fable 3? Anybody played Fable 3? Good one.
I
Good
played
one.
Fable, Fable 2, and Fable 3. I would like to say maybe Fable 2 was my favorite out of all.
Goldust was in Warzone. Goldust was
Yeah,
Warzone,
I'd say he
in
was
Your
in Warzone.
House, Attitude, Attitude. He was in I think he might have
SmackDown.
been in SmackDown a couple times. I think he might have been in WrestleMania 2K. I think he might. I know he was in Attitude. I don't remember. He might have been in WrestleMania
I
2K.
know he was definitely in any. I know he was in like almost every SVR.
Yeah,
SmackDown Raw. So I know
yeah,
that for sure.
yeah. The Fable games ruled. Yep. Darkron said In Your House. Yeah, Goldust was definitely in. I had In
Yeah.
Your House. In Your House wasn't a very good game though. I didn't like In Your House. It was not. It was stuff. The only reason to play it because the Ultimate Warrior was in it. That's why I got the game. Although I gotta say it for the chat.
I'm a proud lover. I used to be a proud lover, and I still support Warrior. So sorry.
Well, I gotta tell you, when we were doing the show yesterday, I know I gotta get to more of the chat. I gotta put you in the Hall of Fame, but when I did my intro and then we were going through that chat because we had so many comments, I felt like the Ultimate Warrior. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't. I was like, I was like, that's it. I'm gassed. It was like, I gotta be honest. Like the last 30 minutes of that show, I was gassed, man.
Yeah,
And Ultimate Warrior matches are 5-minute matches. These were like an hour and 90-minute show, but yeah, it did. Yeah, it was. In Your House was just sucked. It did suck. It was not a good game. It was just not. That I just didn't. It wasn't
for the
memorable.
time it was. I think it just like made time go by. Really.
Yeah, it
Wasn't a
wasn't.
game.
My all-time favorite wrestling game was Revenge.
Was there?
WCW NWO Revenge. That was
Yeah.
like that. And they modeled WrestleMania 2K and No Mercy after. That was to me like that was the all-time
Yeah,
for me
it was
wrestling
definitely
game.
a building format for the games like now.
Let's get to some more comments. So we'll get everybody in order. Yep. Happy birthday, Il Drago. Yep. Happy birthday. Hi to Dirty. Yep. Darkron, who's here tomorrow night, 9:00, and he's got a lot to say. Colton Lee, who was here earlier. How you doing? Everybody's good. Good. Congratulations, Mr. Kron, on getting him to 1,000 subs. And while you're here, hit the sub button for Mr. Il Drago. Congratulations. Yes, BCW, 1,000 subs in Pennsylvania. Nathaniel Rage, who's got 3 championships. He's got the TPW championship, the People's Championship, and I think it's another championship from Appalachia, West Virginia. The Devil is here. Congrats, BCW. How you doing, Nathaniel Rage? I said we're going on soon. That was me. Happy birthday. You are looking sharp today. You are definitely a sharp-dressed man, to quote ZZ Top. Ox McCoy took a minute to say he does love you. We do love Drago. Yes, yes, yes. You are definitely looking clean in that suit. I definitely do not own a suit like that, but that's why I'm here. Yep,
Hey,
we love.
kayfabe.
Yeah.
Follow kayfabe. You want to
Yes.
look good?
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
look good.
Well, you're like the Booker T of like underground wrestling, where Booker T, you always see Booker T was always well dressed in it. So, guys, you'd see him and they'd be dressed in sweatpants or Cena in shorts. And Booker T, even when nobody dressed in a suit and tie, was in a suit and
I
tie.
do not speak much on Booker T, but yes, I agree with you.
There you go. Well, that one thing you can agree on. Everything
Yeah,
else, who knows?
I just can't for future
Well,
references.
Well, you know what? Speaking of which, I think
How
somebody.
do
And by the way, shout out because Comfy Creations is also sponsoring the show here coming up at the
Yep.
King of Halo. Yes,
Sierra
yes, yes.
Creations is definitely one of I wouldn't say one of the first, but is one of the main sponsorships. We're tagging along, getting more. So thank you
Good,
to my wife, and thank
good,
you for always being there for me and doing everything. I love you.
good, good, good. And happy birthday, yes, Nicholas Crenton. Happy birthday, Mr. Drago. My buddy Ace Reed from Australia. Good day, Drago. Good day
Thank
to
you.
us. It's afternoon for him time. Hello to Nicholas Crenton. Comatose, who shared a link on Instagram. Love Comatose. And Comatose is
Shout out to Comatose.
love Comatose. Good dude, good dude. And he is here for us. We love Comatose and we thank Comatose for being here. Yep, we love Zilla and Zilla's having a good day. He says, happy MF birthday to you. And the Benjamin button looks good on you.
Hey,
That was a good one. Also, he says from Mr. Klein, I'll remind him about this tomorrow. Don't you worry. That he hopes to meet you in the ring this year.
I will say this.
Yes, sir.
Not to pull back from the curtain. I had spoke about Darkron to said people, and
Mm-hmm.
I have said, and to said people, we have said that we would try and work on something where I have a thing with paying homage in wrestling, whether it's 60 years ago, 100 years ago, or 10 years
Right.
ago. So one of my things is, like I told the boys in the headquarters, is hey, I don't care what the plan is, what the deal is, but I'm a Samoan, and my thing is I got to pay homage. So I need at least one person from a year ago that I went toe to toe with from Summer Bash at the Net Summer Bash, and his name came up. So not gonna say anything because
So
I'm
don't
not
do
a
it.
fan of making promises before they're made. But I know I definitely spoke that out there, and it's a thought. So
Good. Well, I'm going to
I
remind him about
approve of
that.
that.
He's
Uso Dark Khan.
he's here tomorrow. He hasn't been here in a long time for a
Hey,
spot.
I'll be
So
tuning in for that. And
I, I,
congratulations on your recovery too, Uso.
yes, good, a man that I have a lot of affinity for, and I'm glad that he is happy. So good to see him. We will see what he does in the ring coming up. Our friends in Roseburg, Oregon, want to say hello. We love
So
BTW here. Yes, yes, yes. Darkfire is a House of Wolves member. Well, Drago didn't say that. He
I
just said
didn't
that.
say that.
He didn't
But
say that.
if that is how it turns out to be, I would be surprised. I will
Ox
say
said,
that.
by the way, he isn't. By the way, no way.
Yeah. There's just no way. There's just no way. Not Darkfire.
I don't think he's their type.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
I don't think he's their type.
see it.
But then again, Anthony Steele is a House of Wolf member. I mean, next one.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how Anthony Steele's in any group. He's Anthony Steele.
I was gonna say I met him. He was in a group. No, I'm just playing. I don't know about that one.
He's in
But
a
I was
group
gonna
with
say
Anthony
that.
Steele. He's in the Anthony Steele group.
Yeah, there you
And
go. Stone group.
congrats, Oos, from certain
Who says
individual.
Shane?
And you know what? I gotta break the fourth wall for a minute. So you going to this Comic Con or what on Saturday? Now we spoke about it yesterday. Are you going with the guys or what?
It's Friday or Saturday, right?
I think it's Saturday. I think Jovi said Saturday. He said he was going up for Cedar Rapids for the weekend, which would be Saturday.
I could work. I could try and work something out Saturday. If it's on a Saturday, I
I
could
think
put.
it's Saturday. I think
Yeah,
because
okay.
Jovi
So
mentioned and you brought up in the chat. Am I
I mean, if
going?
I would have knew a week ago, I would have been for sure like, oh yeah, it's a definite. But let me free up some things, and I'll definitely make sure.
Well, you don't have to go. I just brought it up
Oh,
because
I'm
you
gonna have to
mentioned it.
go. I'm gonna have to go.
All right. Well, you don't have to, but yeah. So we thank BTW. But all right, if you want to go, I mean, yeah, they'd love. I'm sure they'd love to have you. And congratulations to Neil Drago. Did we still got something else for you? Yep. Thank you, BTW. Who else we got here? Yes. Hello to Shane. How you doing, Shane? Good to see Shane. Yep. I'm very intrigued on the idea of a hardcore chief. Is that something that you do want to do? You know, you didn't really talk about this a few weeks ago. Is that something you do desire?
Something I desire is always being the chief. A good one at that. I'll say this. Do I miss putting stapling $2 bills on people and hitting them
That's
with
what Jake does. I mean, Jake Dvorak. That's what he does. That's his style.
I did it as well. Like I said it a couple months ago in our roster chat, but I was like,
yeah,
you know, I haven't hit nobody I haven't stapled a $2 bill on somebody in a long time. Like I'm kind of missing it. You know, I might need to get back into it. So. Well, maybe I might have to. So
I wonder what Dirty has to say about that. Hit the sub button for the IMF. Definitely do that. Now I'm going to get to this comment. Despite everything that is happening, still would welcome my oos in the house. Just imagine what we could create if you would just wake up and open your eyes and join the house. ...
That's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to play mind games. They're trying to get into people's minds. They're trying to break people up. Look, they said it themselves. What last time they were on Sportzwire? Who's one of the strongest parts of the foundations? Right, me. Right, I'm Soldier's little lapdog.
You
right?
were the one that mattered. You were the one that.
I'm the muscle, right? So why not pull me from the foundation and break them the rest of the way, or try to? I see what you're doing, Uso. Man, nice try. I see you.
All right. I mean, you know, maybe he was just giving you a compliment, but no, not a compliment.
No.
I don't know how Jason Storm got into the chat. He's not here on Sportswire. He's not here. But Omen would like to say, sadly, you're blind like the rest of them. Follow the blind leaders like sheep.
Anyways.
I'll go to the next question. Yeah, and Zilla says hello to Omen Black. Yep, we talked about that. Yep, No Mercy was a classic. SmackDown versus Raw was my first. Yep. Okay, Darkron still has those games. He still has them. Well, okay, he said SmackDown 2. Okay, thank you, Shane. And there you go. I'm having trouble with the pre-order. Well, go to Amazon. I don't know.
Play on PlayStation.
Yeah. I'm just and Comatose said when we were talking about Warzone, it wasn't even a thought. My mom was like 16. Well, she's still younger than James Taylor. Just
kidding. Yeah.
You know, he'll be back
on. How old is James Taylor? Like, no offense.
He's 40.
He's 40. That old.
I know, but it's just the funny, you know. Oh, Anthony makes him sound like he's 60.
And I just want to say, because I said it in the comments the other day, and I know it kind of got brought up and you shot over it. Razor, whoever the hell Razor is. No,
Dominic of Y. He's the YBW champion.
Okay, yeah. YBW champion. All hell.
He's from. Damn. I'm going to be very polite when I remind you of this. He's from Aaron Blaze's promotion.
Cool. Aaron Blaze, you talk about boy who made
the Dominic he's the champion in Aaron Blaze's company, YBW.
Hold on, you talk about the one that makes Disney movies? That one?
Okay. You know, I'm gonna leave that there.
It's comment section stuff. But
yeah, I got that.
He said wrestlers old 40. I just had to make it a mention that pro wrestling now, because it's not talks with the high chief, but I got to do a talk with the high chief. Pro wrestling now is structured off 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old men that wrestled 60 years ago. So just research your wrestling, young man. That's all I got to say.
Well, I mean, if you would say that, listen, I mean, right now, look at WWE, right? Cody Rhodes is going to be
30. Damian Priest?
I think 37, 38, 39.
I think he's 40.
Well, let's say Cody Rhodes turns, I think, 40 this year. 30,
yeah, 30. Cody turned. Yeah, I think he turned.
Roman's 39, I think. Roman's 39. Roman Reigns.
Yep.
I mean, I just saw Jeff Jarrett try to challenge.
is up
LA Knight's 41. LA
Yeah,
Knight's
oh,
41.
there's a lot.
Bobby Lashley, when he held the world title, was already in his 40s. He's like 46 now, Bobby
Yeah,
Lashley.
he's 45 or 46. Yeah. Booker T just got in the ring with Zilla too.
And Zilla Fatu was supposed to have wrestled my guest a few weeks ago, Skrilla the Great, and Zilla Fatu pulled out of the match. No comment. But I mean, Jeff Jarrett, I see Jeff Jarrett every week on AEW. He's 57. Chris Jericho's got a belt with Ring of Honor, and he's 55, I think, 54, 55. I mean, Ric Flair wants to wrestle another match. He's like 700. I mean, Punk is 45. I mean, so really, what you're trying to say like 20 years ago, if you were 40, you were considered your expiration date. Now in wrestling, 40 is like 30. It's almost like prime.
And that's my point. Like Bruno Sammartino, he walked away at like what 50, 60? Like his last.
Yeah, I think like 53, 54.
And
yeah.
He came back and did something like he did. He didn't do wrestling work, but he did manager work and stuff. But stuff like that. Like, no offense, like I said, just study, research your wrestling. Not you, Uso.
No, I know you're talking about me. I mean,
but
I don't think Rhino and Savio Vega would have came here if I didn't know what I was talking about.
That's why we got talks with the High Chief, so we can.
Well, you could teach me. You're here next Sunday.
Yeah.
So you're here. I'm sure you could teach Dominic. He'll be here. But no, I agree with you. Listen, wrestling is not. It's not like you being an NBA basketball player or football player. You're in the NFL and the NBA, except for like LeBron and except for Tom Brady. If you're like 33, 34, like that's it. Your career sputters. Wrestling, it's a different thing. You can go and have, be successful. I'm watching Moose right now. Moose is in his early 40s.
Miz, I think, is 40 or about to be 40.
I think Miz is like 43.
Actually, I think he's older than that. But he's still. I mean, obviously, he wrestles smart, and
I'm watching the replay of Impact right now, and the Hardys are pushing 50.
One of my favorites.
The Hardys are pushing 50.
Real quick before we get any further, just sure. My Uso is watching. I would like to just say thank you because my Uso.
And while you do that, I'm going to replug your YouTube channel.
Matt Hardy signed, and then Jeff Hardy signed.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'll go like this.
Thank you, Uso, Brandon.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. That's really that's nice. That's very, very cool. That's awesome there, and that's definitely
We grew up watching the Hardys. It's something between me and him where like that was like our favorite tag team. Them and DX. So like. It was a nice thing that he did, so he didn't have to.
And Triple H is going in the Hall of Fame this year.
And I would like to say this because I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. I would say that is not his decision. That he did not make that decision. So I seen on Facebook a lot of people were like, "Oh, Triple H is inducting himself in the Hall of Fame." No, it was something that both Mark Taker and Sean talked about with the company. So it was something behind closed curtains.
No, listen.
I wanted to go talk to him and tell him pretty much.
No, you know what? Great. Congratulations. He was getting in the Hall of Fame anyway. I mean, let's be honest. Did anybody think that Triple H wasn't going to be a Hall of Famer? No, serious question. Did anybody really think with Triple H's body of work, as an in-ring competitor, that he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer? Come on.
Like this. Why wouldn't he go in the Hall of Fame right now after the past 2 years of what he's been doing with WWE?
I don't know.
He's brought people back in and gave them chances that Vince and other people didn't do. For instance, what's he doing with Jay right now? What Jay should have been did a decade ago. So like, leave the man alone. Like. Is there other people that should be in the Hall of Fame before Triple H? Hell yeah. Is there a lot of Samoans I personally think that should be in the Hall of Fame before a lot of wrestlers? Hell yeah. But that's not my position. So.
Well, I mean, hopefully they figure it out and put more Samoans in the Hall of Fame. Do you want me to put? I mean, I could put him in the Sportswire Hall of Fame. Yeah, but I'll put him in this.
Yeah, we could do it. Haku.
Haku's not in the Hall of Fame. He's not.
I don't think Haku. Oh,
that's a disgrace.
He might be. I could be wrong.
Somebody in the chat check that. But
Yeah,
if
check
Haku's
that for me because I feel like it
Haku
was
not in
like
the Hall of Fame, that would be a disgrace. Haku should definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
I feel like Tongan Kid is. I feel like I know that, but I know Rikishi is Rikishi.
Rikishi got in. No, Rikishi got in. Rikishi got in. Rikishi definitely got in the Hall. He got in like the Usos inducted him. They inducted him
Yeah,
like
you're right. You're right.
they inducted him. I think either the COVID year or before COVID. It was one of those years. Rikishi definitely got in.
I
He's
know
definitely in.
they did that. They did something for Yoko. He's
Well,
technically
Yokozuna. I
yeah,
mean, that's
he's
a
in.
no brainer. I mean,
Um,
he was the WWF champion twice. I mean,
and I guess they put Rot's grandma in last year or whatever. So
yes,
yeah,
yep.
so they starting to do it, but you know, years later. So it's okay.
Well, all right. Well, let's get to some more comments. Okay. Who else that we missed? Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Zilla never played Fable 3, Fable 2. Darkron wanted every wrestling game possible. My favorite wrestling game from the past was Don't Hate Me, but Raw 2. Oh, I remember Raw 2. I do remember that. Yeah, that was, and Ox McCoy liked it, so I'm not saying anything further.
Yeah, I brought it up like what 20 minutes ago when we were talking
Yeah,
about it.
I think you did. I think you
At
did.
the
I think
time,
you
it was
did.
a good game. Yeah.
Well, if Ox said it, then I'm gonna have to say yeah, it's a good game.
He knows what he's talking
I'm
about,
not
like-
getting on his bad side, so I'm gonna say if Ox liked it, I liked it. Us looks like a Cody and Roman mix. That's I think he's talking about you there. Hell yeah,
It's
Ox.
the suit and the hair. That's what it is.
It's something. These kids missed out on a golden age. Yeah, I do think.
Yeah.
I think that was, I really enjoyed that era, late 90s, early 2000s video games. That was for
Every now
wrestling
and then I'll
wise.
close my eyes and I'm there for like 2 seconds, and then I'm like, times change. You know.
Well, you know what? You gotta evolve, and but I tell you what, that's his YouTube channel. Hit the sub button for it. I just got it
Yeah,
up, and
sub to a Samoan, sub to the Chief.
well, we got you two new subscribers just now. So you were at 21 now. So you get two new.
Better than nothing. So
You know what? Many thanks. Would be an honor. Talking about ring ability, we have we have I don't know what he's talking about. We have Toyo Saturday. I don't know what is he saying. We have to Ohio. I don't know. Whatever it is. Don't do it. Omen left all his bro. Oh, he's talking about the House of Wolves. Don't join them. Zilla said she's already opened up her eyes. Okay. Darkron said he's older than James Taylor.
oh, there you go.
There's some. Well, I'm gonna say no comment on that.
This man, Darkron does not move in the ring his age. He moves like me.
Yeah,
like,
Darkron like he looks great. He's always hitting the gym. Like he don't look his age.
Yeah.
This man Blaze is going to be a headline this year. Careful what you ask for. You're talking about Aaron Blaze. Well, it's a good point. And Aaron Blaze will be back on Sportswire. Rest assured. I think a lot of people will. He always gets people to tune in. Brothers, you all turned me into who and what I am. Without me, you all in the foundation wouldn't be who you all think you are. Kron, stay out of this before I make an example out of you. So in this particular case, even though it's not a curse word, I'll just go like this.
There we go.
Speaking of people who you need the beep button for, CM Punk is 47. I did not know he's 47. Okay.
I did not know he was almost 50.
The owner of ROEW, the Nemesis James Taylor, is not that old. Well, technically compared to Punk, he's not. Omen woke up. He took some rousings, but his eyes are open, and he is fully aware of the truth in the IMF. Okay.
Is in the dark.
I will make an example of no one has ever been able to keep me down. I may lose our first meeting, but I'll come right back for until I defeat what's in front of me. Okay. Dominic's not here, but you can say hello to him. Unless he's in the chat. I don't see him, but okay. I mean, hello. Yes, we like Dominic. And okay. I've proven it from Darkron. I've proven it time after time. You may have a victory over me, but I've never faced you one-on-one again.
Is he talking about Omen?
Believe so. I don't know.
Okay, I was like, I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, I believe he's talking to Omen Black. I will no longer be a sheep like the rest of you in the foundation. You all follow Soldier just to only help his agenda. My brothers in the house follow me to bring salvation and justice to the crop. Yes, yes, sir.
Correction. I follow the Ula follows. Wherever these take me is to the glory of the tribe land. Now I have the glory briefcase, yes, but that will take me to the glory of the gold. Okay,
Well,
that's
that's true too. That's true too.
also, oh man, I don't know what the hell has gotten into your anatomy or your soul, but let me tell you like this. If me doing defending the foundation and becoming a part of the foundation has turned you against the foundation or something, just say that, Uso. That's all you got to say. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I All I've ever done is I've called Uso Gary once. Okay,
Yes,
Damian got his tire flat or something. Damian Saint couldn't make it. Justin Pars. This was when we were beefing with the sinners. Like, I
yeah.
don't know what the hell. Like, I called him like, "Hey, Uso,
And I haven't even
I
brought
got
up
you."
Justin Parsley tonight because I don't want to get you in a further bad mood.
No, you right. You right. Trying to be the high chief.
In that case, Omen Black would agree with you on that last name, but who else we got here? Omen. Oh, there we go. Omen, don't make me come out to Palo and correct some wrongdoings in the IMF. Darkron's get mad. He's a foundation. Remember, Darkron's foundation. He's
I
a
was just gonna
foundation
say
brother.
he's foundation. Foundation. Right,
Darkron's foundation. Yeah, Zilla's saying hello to I Omen Black, and he's doing the right choice and decision.
Malo.
Zilla's got an imagination of her own, some would
Yeah.
say. Kron, if you ever come back to Palo to confront me, well, you know what? In this case, this we ain't saying that last word. That's why we don't want to do that. We're not going to repeat that word. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And Ox, yeah, we're not doing that. But I know we've had so much fun, and we'll get to the end of the show in a minute. But it's time to give you what is rightfully yours. And I know that the door is locked, and no one's going to come in and break through the door to try to attempt to steal this moment from you. Because congratulations, you are the newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. There you have it.
Thank you.
It's all yours. Thank you for all that you do for us. You were in, and number 104. It's all yours. Congratulations.
So
Congratulations.
I really appreciate it. It's something I talked about months ago.
Yes.
Within the company, and I think even with you.
Yeah, I don't know why you said you didn't want it. You were like, "Oh, I don't know if I earned it or something."
It's just something that, like, I don't know, like, to me, like,
Mhm.
you got, if the people don't want it, then you can't want it yet, and
I
obviously,
think the people want you in the Hall of
and
Fame.
that's what
You,
I'm saying is I didn't know people would want me in the Hall of Fame. That's why I was
yeah.
like, maybe not yet, but I'm also the type where when I'm in the ring, I don't hear a lot,
Mhm.
like, so I could be whooping somebody's beat, and I could, like a couple shows ago, they were like
Yes.
tribal chief, and
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, because I started hearing them, and I get to the back, they're like, bro, did you hear them chanting tribal
You
chief?
do. You know what? The fans really do.
Yeah,
They get into it when they see you. They really. You have a connection with them.
and that's all I want for every other wrestler, whether it's heel, face, or whatever you.
That's the Zilla heel
Yeah,
face.
it
I
doesn't really
appreciate
matter.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As long as you're doing your job and we're entertaining, we're putting ass in the seats and we're entertaining them. That's all I care about. Obviously, we can cross lines, but there's always a curtain to get behind too, to talk behind. So remember that.
I definitely believe that. I definitely, believe that there. But I think you definitely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I definitely think that your body of work will speak for itself, and everything you've done for the sport. The fans, listen, you sell tickets, you go out there, you get a crowd reaction, you got the briefcase, and you might be the king of Palo for all I know in 2 weeks. And you've got a lot, I think, that's going to certainly come your way. And I think the best is yet to come. And, I've got a few other mulligans in the Hall of Fame, so I think really you really should be in the Hall of Fame because I got a few
Yeah,
that
yeah, I'm
I
not
I
gonna
got a
lie,
few
I'm
ones that I
right
really, if
now.
I could have a do over on, but look, you live and learn. What can you do?
Yeah, you live and you learn. I would say I'm heavily. I appreciate this a lot. Like, I didn't expect it. I know you said something about it last night, and I was like, oh shit, like what?
Why not? It was your birthday. Why not? I mean, I was gonna do it. I think I was gonna do it next week, so I figured why not just do it now?
Yeah, you're right. Or maybe give me, maybe I'm about the top Parsley.
Well, you never know. I mean, Steele now claims he's done it more than Parsley, but
maybe I'll start getting a Hall of Fame every other week, and maybe I'll just catch up slowly.
Well, all right. Maybe I should induct you again next week. I don't know. Maybe I will. Who knows?
We have talks with the High Chief, so there you go.
All right. Yeah, Justin Parsley's been quiet on Sportswire these last few weeks. Hasn't been around. Maybe he's trying to figure out his hairline.
He probably found a sin somewhere down the line.
You think it's the hairline maybe that's catching up to him?
Probably. Got the minute.
Even Omen would probably agree with that. He would take a minute and say,
I would like to think so with his possessed mind.
I know everything about you, Foundation. I know all the tricks. Omen Black does not like Damian Saint, or does not. I don't know what Damian Saint has anything to do with this, but I know his history and I appreciate that. But
Damian Saint, there you go.
Yeah, keep one eye open, Omen. You'll never know when I may show up. And
I'm not gonna.
Ox didn't like my hairline.
I was gonna. Yeah, I can't. Right.
In this case, I'll go like this for myself.
There you go. There you go. Well respected.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mr. Parsley's not here, Ox. I'm surprised you'd be agreeing with him on this.
I was looking forward to Mr. Parsley showing up. I'll say that. The healing herb and the highest of the high chief.
Maybe he's just trying to, use his receding hairline to spin a tune at Kendall's Tavern.
I mean, yeah, he could be. I mean,
is it 80s night where he's DJing? Maybe.
I didn't even know he DJ'd.
He does actually, yeah. He's a DJ.
Freestyle, yeah. So DJ eat up Parsley.
Maybe he's playing Lisa and the Cult Jam, Song and Emotion. He's got a lot of Song and Emotion with the hairline. Who would have guessed Justin Parsley a DJ? I mean, DJ J.
Now that I look at him and think about it outside of wrestling, I could see it.
You could. You think he really, him with the sunglasses scratching? You think he could do it?
Yeah. That's probably why he's probably always wearing them shades because he used to
DJ Clue and DJ Cool and Jam Master Jay have nothing on him. They have nothing on him. Kid Capri has nothing on Justin Parsley. No, let's not go that far. DJ Lethal. See, I know a lot of the DJs. You're probably like, wow, you knew some
names.
I am from Brooklyn. I am from Brooklyn.
I would say you from the same place my daddy from, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I dabbled. I mean, I can't say I was a DJ, but I mean, Mr. Parsley, though, obviously, disappointed he's not here. But obviously. What else is on your mind before we let you celebrate the rest of your birthday? You've given us so much of your time tonight, and we've had a lot of fun, and you'll be back next Sunday, and I'm sure that's where you'll probably get greeted. I would imagine by, Mr. Steele, and I'm sure, he'll have something to say, and maybe Justin Parsley forgot it was your birthday, and he'll show up next Sunday. Who knows?
Fine. The Chief doesn't really mind too much, There's always another day. I would say new beginnings this year start now. Like I said before, I am going to try and travel, reach other spots. I have surprises. If you're a fan of Il Drago, there's a website I'm building right now for merch, and I'm trying to get my booking stuff.
And if Dirty wants to give me now, if Dirty's in the chat, and if he wants to link me the IMF merchandise page, I'll put it up for the screen. We'll
Donnie, Dirty, if you can send that link.
Send it. Yeah, just put it in the chat, and I'll do that. But go ahead. You were saying.
I'm working on a website. I got somebody else helping me work on a website for my merch and my booking.
Yeah, website's hard, man. I did my own, and it's like
right now it's just the coding, like for the buying and other stuff. Like
I'll be honest with you, it took me like 2 days to do. I did my own. I have it in the bottom, and it took me I did it on my own.
Put together, and it looks good.
Yeah.
But that was like a whole day. And now I'm
Yeah,
about to
exactly.
put the coding, and that's going to be like another
The
day.
HTML code. Then you have to, if you want to type it, you have to get the certain right link.
Phases, the
Yeah,
Aftershock, all
yeah.
that. Like, yeah.
I use GoDaddy is what I use. That's what I go through.
I might use that I was going to use that for my domain and some other things.
Okay. Yeah,
So I'm
domain's like $15 or something like that for the year. The website I pay like 150 something bucks for the year or something like that.
yeah, I
You
might
know,
do that thing. That might be
yeah.
as
I don't know.
official.
People used to use. I don't know what people use now, but I always use GoDaddy. I had a website a few years ago, and I didn't like it, so I let it lapse. And when I built my one last year, I went through GoDaddy because it's kind
Yeah,
of like.
I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to wait too long because I
Mhm.
don't want it to lapse. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I might as well just got to finish it now because I got everything moving into it. So.
All right.
And it will be called. I might as well just let everyone know the name of it now. It will be called Il Drago's Island of Merch is what the website will be called, and that will be the webpage. So
Love it. Love it. I would look forward to that. That will be very cool, and we'll be excited to see that. And no, we love Justin Parsley. It was just
yeah,
he's
no,
not here. There's no hate toward him. He's
yeah,
just
there's
not
no.
here. I just would have thought he would have
He
been
would
here in the
pop
chat.
in, but he's probably working or busy. So, like I said, there's always another day.
Maybe it's 80s night. You know where he is.
Yeah, it's Thriller. No.
Yeah, Justin Parsley, spinning some Michael Jackson. The irony of that, but no, he's the whole monitor. He is the self-prescribed hole monitor. He's the self-proclaimed hole monitor, and he's not here. And and he said the hairline jokes. Well, it speaks for itself. What would you like? Would you like me? What do you think? I mean, Mr. Cron, should it comes up. I mean, James Taylor's the one that was mentioning it. Other people were mentioning the hairline. Soldier mentioned it, I'm sure, on a prior show. So
Yeah,
it wasn't, just me, and Zilla, he's not here.
Soldier ain't popped up at all either, has he?
What's up?
In the chat?
Who?
Soldier?
No Soldier. No. Maybe he's just trying to figure out what happened to Jovi. I don't know.
I hope so. My foundation brothers, man.
Well,
what
Omen's
doing I'm out here by myself. I'm out here with wolves in the chat.
Well, Darkron's been here. Darkron.
I mean, yeah, I got a foundation brother. My bad, Darkron. I forgot. So I got Darkron.
Maybe is the foundation afraid? Are they afraid of the wolves? You think?
Hell to hell. I hope not. I don't know why. I'm not. I mean, what do I look like? A dragon scared of a puppy? The hell?
Well, I did say in my video to introduce you Double Dragon. It was a game I did play, Double Dragon. You some Double Dragons to help you out, but I haven't seen Mephisto.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Tom. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't traveled everywhere a lot.
Yes, sir.
But I don't see many dragons, and I don't see many Samoans out there. So Foundation, like where are my Usos at?
I don't know. I mean, but I don't. Maybe. Well, Jovi's in the hospital. Jovi's got to pass. Dirty's been here.
Yeah, Dirty's been here, and Darkron.
And Darkron said he's afraid of what the booger. He called him the booger man. That's a sharp jab there.
What
the booger
man. Afraid of?
Is he trying to say that he looks like Bastion Booger? That's not nice. Don't do that. Don't do that. Dark Crimes. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Don't do that. We will say this before we get ready to give you closing thoughts. Kron, I've beaten everyone in DKW. If you ask Jason Storm, that's pretty much me, myself, and I. But I'm going to get to Dirty in a minute. Sorry, Dirty. I said Forsaken on the warpath. He's on now. I've beaten you with ease in the cage, rage in the cage, and then finally you sent your son to. Yeah, we're not going to mention Joe. And Dirty, did I miss Dirty's comment? If I did, let me pull it up here. Where is it? Where is Dirty's comment? Dirty, where did I see you? I don't see Dirty. Where is your comment? I don't see it. Tell me what comment and I'll repost it. But I don't see what comment did I miss. Nobody is afraid of some pound puppies. Well, we have some pound puppies, I suppose. But what comment?
People give me the crack. That was a good one.
Oh, after crime. Which one is that? Okay. There you go. Thank you. Cron, contact Dirty as soon as possible. Okay, there you go. Okay, is that? I think that's the one I missed. Sorry, Dirty. Sorry, my eyes need to be checked. I have like 11 lights on the stage. Maybe that's the
I
problem.
got like 12.
Okay, close enough. And all right, anything else you want to say? I'm gonna give you the floor. I'll give you closing thoughts. I think we pretty much, gotten what we
Uh,
needed to say. We had some fun, talked about a number of different things. You're traveling, different things, foundation, talked about maybe what's ahead for next Sunday. And I mean, celebrated you, and thankfully you didn't have what Sean Jovi happened to him yesterday. And
I've been checking too. Like, I want somebody to come through the window or the door. Like, I'm waiting. Like, you can't catch me lacking. I'll tell you that. And it's
well,
my birthday. Oh, hell no. But no, I guess the last thing, I guess my closing thoughts is I would just like to take this time to be real professional and thank all of you out there who watch Sportswire, all of you who participate, all
yeah,
of you
1,400 plus subscribers is crazy.
yeah,
14.
I say I like to appreciate Tom. Without I think a long time ago now, uh we kind of built behind the scenes inner friendship with
Yeah.
everything.
You know what? IMF, goes without saying. All you guys, I mean, just we love having the IMF here. Hopefully, Gary will let us keep having coverage.
And last thing I would like to say is thank you for always having me on here.
Yeah.
This is to Tom, this is to the fans, this is to everyone at IMF. When I joined IMF, I was at a very dark time in my life, mentally, and I guess wrestling wise, I was at the breaking point of maybe I shouldn't do this no more. It's never gonna go anywhere. And I'm glad to say that I was wrong. I'm glad to say that I gave it a chance. And I would like to thank my fiance for
Good.
picking me up at the time that I was low and telling me to go out there and go live my dream and do what I've been waiting to do and show them what I've been learning all the years that I was learning them. So I just like to thank everyone at headquarter wise at IMF for giving me the time and opportunity to entertain the fans and each and every one of you. And I would like to keep doing this and always keep doing this for each and more years to come.
And
So
I think the best is yet to come. And as I say all the time, anybody that has a problem or anything, you could always message me on Facebook. I have literally one eye open most of the day. So, anybody who wants to talk, they're, always welcome to. If I don't get back right away, I do get back. And, it's great to see that you're doing well and you have the support system. And the IMF has been, a great leg to help you in your journey. And it's great to see people to be positive and just, doing the things that they love. And I agree with Mr. Kron, who's here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. And happy birthday,
I'll
Oos.
see you too, Oos.
Yeah, he'll be. Yeah, I think a lot of
Yeah.
people will be here for them. And Kron, you make all the jokes you want, but at the end of the day, me and you and he, well, let's move on. But this individual at least wanted to say happy birthday, Oos. But you, I don't know what he meant. Happy birthday, Oos. And better still count me as your Sami Zayn. Well, you know what?
I got you.
This guy seems pretty nice. This guy Shane
Yeah.
seems like a nice
Hey,
fellow.
look, I'll say it like this.
This Shane guy seems like a
Outside
nice
of
fellow.
wrestling and me and Shane, and if the Chief and Mr. Shane McMahon are still cool, he might be my honorary Oos. There
I'll
you
tell
go.
you what, he seems like a nice fellow, this Shane.
Yeah, yeah. He's a great person.
He seems like it. But Omen, watch over your shoulder around every turn. Well, yeah, I think we already did enough of that tonight. But it is certainly the High Chief's day, and he is a nice guy. Yeah, he seems like a nice fellow. But it is certainly a nice fellow's day. That is Mr. Il Drago. We celebrated him by giving him permits. So every February 6th for your birthday, we'll see you in 2026, 27, 28, 29.
Oh yeah,
and
I'll be here.
until I'm dead, really. Then you could just take over. But I'll give you the password link. But
I'll bring
yeah,
you back. I'll use the power of Tagaloa. I'll call down on him. Bring time.
yeah, I don't know about that. I think
I'll argue with the elders. I don't give.
I think I'm gonna go with the once around the sun is good enough for me. But obviously, it's Il Drago Day permanently on Sportswire Radio for the day, February 6th, and yeah, March 4th. We'll see you March 4th. Who am I getting March 4th? Am I getting Shane McMahon March 4th? Or am I getting somebody else? Remind me again, who am I getting on March 4th? But yeah, it's also he's the newest member of the Hall of Fame, so he's got that too. And who am I getting again on that one? Can I get a check on that? But Shane McMahon, yeah, he seems like a great fellow. I mean, yeah, I'll give Shane McMahon a day on watch. Oh, who's the other one? I don't know the other one, but yeah, I'm sure the other one will be on here. I'm sure he will. I'm sure the other one, but I know Shane. I mean, the Shane guy. How about the Shane guy?
Yeah,
I think the chat, you know what it's like? I think the chat when you're a comedy, you're a comedian, you bomb, they want to take you off the stage. Now it's time to throw the hook. So I think we've got the point. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Il Drago Day. It is his birthday. He's the newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. He's our high chief. You'll see him next Sunday night. You'll see him here for the 20th. He'll be in action coming up February 22nd. For the IMF's latest show, The King of Palo. I'm donating not 1 but 2 tickets for that, so I look forward to seeing most of the guys here, and I hope Justin Parsley will be here. It's been a while. I hope he's okay. Sean Jovi, hope he's alive. And you know what time? Alex Cross. Oh, Alex Cross is the other guy. Well, you look a lot like Alex Cross. I mean, you definitely look a lot like him. I mean, you and Alex Cross look alike. I just didn't realize that. But oh, Omen Black, I didn't read it right. What's your issue with Alex Cross? Oh, I don't know what his issue is, but I don't know how Shane can answer a question for Omen Black, but I'll leave that at that. So maybe you can ask Darkron those questions tomorrow. But thank you, everybody. Mr. Kron will be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow. It's time to let Il Drago celebrate the rest of his birthday with his family. Thank you, everybody. Go give him a follow on his YouTube page. Yes, check it out. And we'll see him soon. And Omen is a smart guy. Well, he might be. I mean, we'll see him on March 4th. But, he's a smart guy not to like Cross. Well, I'll leave that at that. I've had enough. My voice hurts. We'll see everybody tomorrow. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On another one. Global Radiation, that is Sportswire Radio. We're all wrestling minds. Go follow the IMF for everybody. Follow Drago. Follow Darkron. And I'll see you tomorrow.